Okay.
Hey guys, it's Mike and Trent here. We're doing a little role reversal after this whole recording evening has happened, and thought we'd sit here and kind of ask Trent a few questions and see what he thinks about this whole thing. So, my first question is, what is what have you learned in this experience?
I honestly learned like so many different like points of views about different like about those three questions and it like from you talking about and also your wife talking about how like your brother committed suicide not too long ago, but in like just learning that there's different points of views and different ways that I necessarily didn't look at like in those questions. So yeah.
Right on. So, has this experience helped you to view things a little differently? Like, do you feel like you've got maybe a new, fresh approach towards God and towards the things that you're trying to understand a little better?
Yes, I have because uh like just like the some of the examples that like people shared about their stories like just like made me think like for I hate to keep going back to your brother, but that your brother example, like I thought like taking your life was like for people that were like on the edge of like just giving up, like they're done with life, they don't want anything to do with it, and that I was also under the false impression about if you give your like take your life you're not going to heaven,
Mm-hmm.
as many of us probably are as Christians and
Yeah.
everything, but like just as as we talked about before the video about when you were going through this is that's false. That's not
Yeah.
true. That's just like what we think, and we're like playing that judge seat. And it kind of reminded me about the oh man, what was that movie? Oh, the shack. Like how God like in that movie should like was saying, oh, so now we're back to you being the judge, and it was
Right.
like just like realizing that I have gone through my life thinking, oh, I'm this perfect, like not, I wouldn't say perfect, but close to perfect Christian, but yet I'm still judging people
Right.
because, oh, somebody in that family community suicide, they're not all Christians. They're
Right.
and like just having somebody that I was like real close to and know their family a little bit and having that happen to them, like just gave me a different approach to that.
Right. No, and circumstances in life are indiscriminate, right?
Yes.
That's kind of what we've talked about a lot. And what we've understood is that there's different circumstances that are completely indiscriminate. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be the best, most powerful, most successful person, or the one who struggles greatly living on the street, right? And the same circumstances can fall all of those people, right? But what have you learned through how people respond to circumstances? I mean, you've asked some different questions in these things, and you've asked people their opinion and viewpoint, and you've heard some different circumstances. What have you learned in that?
I learned like don't like judge people from the outside, like which I'm like real bad at. Like not it's not like I'm judging them about their race or
Mm-hmm.
gender. It's just from like what I see outside, like oh like that person like was just being brat during church, and like I may
Right.
never see them again but that first impression
Mm-hmm.
is like, man, why are you even here? Like you don't deserve, which we shouldn't have that, but like just like having that like don't judge people and don't think you know somebody's life, you because there's so many possibilities,
Mm-hmm.
even though we're like like inclined to people, and like we have like so many people, and so we think we know everybody's life. We don't.
Right.
Like there's guarantee there's things you don't know about my life. There's things I don't know about your
Right.
life, and that's that's not like I'm not saying go out and like tell everybody, hey, everything about your life, because there's some things that is like close to you that like you don't want to share, but I'm saying just sit and listen to people conversation, especially those people that you think are like outcasts because they have like good points of views, and that's something I tried to do during this whole thing about videotaping. Is I tried to get some of my friends I was real close to, and also some friends that I wasn't real close to, and they're aren't the best Christians.
Sure.
But yeah, so that's something I tried to do to get everybody a good point of view, no matter where you're at. Like if you're like in your mid age or young, like just like so I tried to do that. But I would say what I mainly learned was probably just like don't judge people and don't understand, like don't think you understand because you don't.
So as a baseline, you tried to ask what 3 of the same questions to everyone.
Yeah.
How often did you get the same answers from people?
Honestly, I got none.
Right.
There was some that people would say, "Oh, that's similar," but each one was unique, and that's one thing. Like when I was thinking about doing this videos, was like I didn't like change it up and like ask you something and ask your wife something else because I knew that it was going to be unique, and I was trying to make different people see because like you have a different point of view that may touch somebody, but like Hunter or Willis or like Kaylee might have like different points of views that and stories that they have that would touch somebody else because they went through it. That other person that sees this video, hears from them, will go, "Wow, I went through that same thing as Mike did," or "I went through the same thing as Colby," and so on. But yeah, just that was my plan, to just have it the same. That way you can see different points of views.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll tell you from my perspective and our family's perspective, we're thankful that you allowed us to be part of this. It's been pretty cool. Thanks for letting us switch seats and hang out and do this. And it's been a cool evening. It's been fun doing this. It's something that I never really thought would have been fun. And I'll be honest, I was pretty scared to start off thinking about doing this. It's a little freaky, right?
I'm a little freaky because you're like asking me the questions.
But it's fun, right?
Yes.
It's cool because it's cool to be able to share your story.
Yes.
And without a relationship, it doesn't work.
Yes.
So it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
You're welcome. Take care, guys.